Hello everyone, and welcome back to Nihongaku. It's been a long time since I made my last video. I was in New York last week until Friday, and then super busy seeing a bunch of different people over the weekend, and then into the beginning of this week. This video should find you on Wednesday. I didn't make a video for Tuesday, so I'll make a video for Wednesday and then another one for Thursday. Or maybe this will just go up on Thursday, who knows. But we should be back on a reasonably normal uploading schedule by now. Okay, where were we? We were trying to catch up to Greece in terms of city-state buddies. If we somehow managed to take all of Greece's city-state allies, we would be 7 points away from winning the world leader vote, which is the same as 4 more city-states after that. And there are definitely more than enough city-states in the game. So we'll just continue pushing on. 1949, not a particularly significant year in Japanese history, but just across the little sea here, the Chinese communists finally basically usurped power from the nationalists and took over the country. This was the end of the Chinese Republican period and beginning of the People's Republic of China, which China still is today. Not that that's relevant particularly to Nihongaku, but still. It's hard to talk about Japan without talking about China. Just like it's hard to talk about the British it's hard to talk about America without talking about the British, or it's hard to talk about the British without talking about France, etc., etc. Okay, we have a battleship that needs to be upgraded. We're not in any wars, as far as I remember. Our battleships, a bunch of our battleships did get killed last time, I think, if I'm recalling correctly here. Which, yep. We're not at war with China, right? We're at peace? I think so. Yeah, right? Yeah. Okay, we've finally gotten our guy back to Nagoya, all the way the great trek all the way across America that he just made. Finally finished. Okay, we can make a proposal here. Is there anything we want to get rid of? World ideology, autocracy. We definitely want to get rid of that. And everyone's going to be grateful except for 3 people we don't care about. So, yeah, we're going to repeal that. Is there anything else? Nuclear non-proliferation, maybe? We'll maybe vote for that next time. We definitely don't want... I don't think autocracy is actually helping. I mean, it's definitely not... It's definitely hurting us. Or is it? I don't know. Maybe this is like somehow weakening Darius's tourism victory or something. I'm honestly not sure. So we could do that, or we could do nuclear non-proliferation. Which would... Maybe we should do this. Maybe the other person will, or this guy's... I'm just gonna make it... well, first of all, let's just see who's autocracy right now. Darius is order, right? I haven't played this game in a while, so I just wanna remember. Autocracy, the Huns, Greece, and the Zulus. Okay, everyone else is order, except for us, who are freedom. Okay, we're just gonna do nuclear non-proliferation. I would like to not get nuked into oblivion by everyone who hates me, which is everyone in this game. Okay, Kyoto. If I could just start making as much money as possible, that'd be great. Let's see. Make a police station. Make another cargo ship. Yes, please. Oh my god, cargo ships. That's what I forgot about. We gotta make cargo ships out the wazoo. Not in Nara, but everywhere else. Stock exchange in Nara, I guess. Let's make an aqueduct first. Right? We're not at war with anyone, right? Yeah, we are not. Okay. That's what I thought, but I just wanted to make sure. Our destroyer over here. Just move him into range. Another destroyer. So the Chinese are always sending a settler over here. Who knows where they're going with it? Either they're going to put it here, which they definitely have room, or who knows, maybe they'll put it out here or something. It's hard to tell. No one expects the Chinese. Can't believe Darius has more than twice our points. I still don't know exactly what it is that, like, has given... I mean, he has His empire is big, but it's not, like, that big. Right? Am I right? Is it all the wonders? Maybe it is all the wonders. Look at how many wonders he has. Oh my god, that is incredible. Although a lot of those at this point probably aren't doing that much. Like Taj Mahal. Many of these don't affect us at all. So, hopefully that point count is... I know that points are like not always an accurate representation of placing in the game anyway, but hopefully that point count is a little bit exaggerated anyway. Okay, where are we going to put this guy? Who needs infantry? Satsuma definitely could use a couple more units down there. Send this to Kyoto. Send this cargo ship from Kyoto to... Let's just do highest gold. We're going to be getting more money from civs than we are from city-states at this point. Barely. Just barely. We do get science. 4 science is not going to mean anything. Oh, but we do send influence to city-states. So we should actually definitely be doing that. Who are we? Are we allies with all 3 of these people? Hanoi, Kuala Lumpur, and Vancouver. Vancouver, Hanoi, and Kuala Lumpur. Yes, we are. Alas, so that's not particularly useful. We could actually move this down to Satsuma then. Get Hong Kong. This guy can't go to Hong Kong, really? How can he go to Hanoi but not Hong Kong? That's actually weird. Right? Is that just me or is that weird? Maybe I'm already sending one to Hong Kong. Oh, I'm already sending one to Hong Kong. So who else could I reach here? Who else could I reach anywhere? Nagoya? Maybe La Venta? Like, maybe just barely. The problem is we don't have, like... All the city-states are just over there. It'd be really nice if we, like, somehow magically procured a city over there. I'm gonna send this thing to... Actually... No, I just want the money. So... Let's just send him to Chongqing. Great War Infantry. We will upgrade you again just to have 1 unit over in Nagoya to protect it. I got a tanked land ship down here. Was I gifted that? Yes, I was. Unit from Hanoi. Right. I so rarely actually use the whole tank land ship. It's because I don't get this far in the game that often, or when I do. What are we gonna build here? A cargo ship, yeah. When I do, it's like by that time it's just like I just kind of want the game to be over. I mean, this is like it's like maybe like 75% of the time that I just kind of like I'm like going for a science victory, I'm going for a diplomatic victory, and all I want to do is just avoid war so I can maintain peace and maintain the status quo. And a lot of the games I play are multiplayer, in which people that I'm playing with like get tired of the game after like the Renaissance or Industrial, which means that we never make it to advanced tech levels. Like 25% of the time I actually end up using bazookas and helicopters and tanks and all those guys. Giant death robots, hardly ever. Missile cruisers are probably my favorite unit in the game. It's because I always like tend to favor naval combat. So think about it as just a lot simpler. There are fewer different types of units that you have to deal with. And just more maneuverability, which I always prefer, no matter what kind of game. Great engineer. What can we do with you? Did we already have a great engineer here? I don't think so. Are we anywhere close to getting nukes or atomic bombs? No. I was going to say we could like rush the Manhattan Project before we vote in nuclear non-proliferation. But I think that will be kind of hopeless. What can we build in Kyoto right now? None of these things. Maybe a zoo just for... No, we just need to keep building war-related units. Battleship. Osaka Museum, I think. Tokyo Museum. Do we actually need museums at this point, really? Do we need that much more culture? Let me look at how far we are into our ideology. We really don't. So I'm actually not gonna... But that also helps us resist tourism. Yeah, well, we'll do it. At this point, we're probably too far gone for resisting tourism anyway, but just in case. The off chance. I will make a stock exchange here. Make a factory. And Nara, you will make a stock exchange. And you will go to, not to Istakar, but to Guangzhou. I don't want to be giving Darius any more money than he already has. And you will be going to Taipei. Where is Taipei? I assume... No, yeah, we're on Taiwan here. Where's the city of Taipei? Oh, battleship. Where did this just come from? Was I making this in Satsuma? I guess I was. Forgot about that. Another battleship. We just have battleships popping up all over the place. Not gonna have enough room for them over here. Oh my god, so many battleships! God damn it. Stop bothering me! Okay. This to Kyoto. I'm gonna send this one to Nagoya just on the off chance. Just test it out. This guy... Oh, we have two... We do have two great engineers. Okay. Not gonna be terribly useful. See what we can do with them anyway. Heal you up. All the barbarians around here seem to have left, which means we can repair these tiles. I wanted to see where Taipei was. Where do they put Taipei? Down here somewhere? Oh, there. And not like terribly far off. At least they didn't like put it up here or something. Oh, Japanese history. I've completely forgotten that that's the whole point of this this series. Not that there's actually that much. I mean, so I think I mentioned this last time. Maybe talked about it briefly. At this point, the United States is still occupying occupying Japan and using Japan as a... Japan is completely demilitarized, but the Korean War is going on right now, and the US and NATO generally are using Japan as a launching off point to get to Korea and for bases of naval and troop operations and stuff. Which Japan is very usefully placed for that. Of course, the Korean War ends in somewhat of a stagnation, or a kind of like, I mean, I guess it's like, could be called the white... the Americans and the Chinese think of it very differently. I don't know. I honestly don't know what the Koreans think of it. I know that the Americans think of it as a stalemate. That's the word I was looking for, not stagnation. And the Chinese think of it as a victory because it was a victory for them that they could resist. Of course, not all Chinese, but the official, like, Chinese history suggests that... What the hell? Oh my god, I just said history and my phone heard me say Siri and, like, triggered itself. The Chinese government sees the Korean War as a victory for China because it was their the point at which they proved that they could fight on equal ground with Western powers. That was a very incredibly long-winded way of saying that. And why is this guy still down here? I don't know. Oh, because I'm blocking the ruins. Excellent. Okay, so we could at least make one archaeologist. What's going on with Izumo down here? Did I even like pay? I feel like I would just like wasn't even paying attention when I found that city. I completely forgot that was down there. Whoops. Okay. Can you get up here without getting killed by this? Oh, he's gonna get killed. Damn it. If I recall correctly, I don't think... Francisco Pizarro. Where did this guy come from? Where are these things coming from? We didn't have that guy before, right? If I recall correctly, boats... If this boat ran into this engineer, the engineer would just die. It wouldn't, like, get captured. Which is annoying. But I guess pirates wouldn't know to not sink a boat with an engineer on it. So at this point, whereas Japan has basically been focusing, I mean, one could argue that Japan has basically, like, the government has tried to direct the economy towards military for, like, the entire existence of Japan. Of course, That's a incredible whitewashing. But in the 1950s, there was a conscious effort of the Japanese on the part of the Japanese government to direct Japan's economy and production and whatnot, basically towards, or I should say, the Japanese government tried to basically focus on economic growth rather than military growth. Particularly in the previous 100 years had been the government was just kind of always prioritizing the growth and perfection of its military, but no longer. They were no longer allowed to do that. And as many of you probably know, in the 50s, the Japanese, partially by partially by the actual agency of the Japanese government and partially just by luck, hence the name Miracle, the Japanese experienced what most people know as the economic miracle, in which their economy basically like exploded and just they became like this. They went from being this certainly a world power, but not like a huge like trade and economic power, to being like, I think it was the second biggest economy. I guess in terms of GDP, I'm not exactly sure. I don't know how economy works. Only to the United States of America, and that lasted incredibly for whatever it is, like over 60 years. It was fine. It was finally after over half a century that China, a huge country, as you know, compared to Japan, China finally overtook Japan in 2011. It was just pretty absurd. Think about how strong Japan was, even after such a crushing defeat. As you know, everything... For a while, Japan was the leader. Did they plunder a trader? God damn it. The leader in, like, all types of production, like, particularly tech, all, like, tech-related innovations, which, of course, were very important in the latter half of the 20th century. What are we going to do with these guys? I'm not really sure. Put one in Tokyo, maybe. Not really sure. Honestly, not sure at all. I'm going to send one over to Tokyo, just in case we need some more production over there, which I imagine we always do. These privateers are getting incredibly annoying. What's this? Oh, we got it. We got the privateer. Nice. I'll take some free boats if they're handing them out. The market there. We're starting to get a lot of money. Saw some museum. Okay, where are you gonna go now? Finish the stone. Lancer? Why do we have a Lancer here? I should really just delete this. At this point, it's just gonna be fodder. And we don't particularly need fodder at this point. Maybe we will in a few years, but when the Third Sino-Japanese War commences. Or I guess the second. We've only been at war with China once, right? Throughout this entire game. Darius has declared war on Alexander. Yes! Darius, kill him. Humiliate him. China has declared war on Alexander. Someone just remove Alexander from the game, please. Let's see if I can get the Ottomans to go back to war with him. Now India actually is last in everything, which is not surprising since they only have Agra, I think. Home, I imagine, of the Agra fort, although that's probably not where Agra is in real life. I think I was playing, I don't know if you guys know the game GeoGuessr, where you like get placed in a random place in the world with Google Map or Google Earth view, and then you have to try to figure out where you are based on like context clues, like looking at signs and stuff. And I think when I was doing that, I was actually once placed inside the Agra fort in some little like office space, and I could not like you're supposed to be able to like just keep basically going forever, like on roads and stuff. You're supposed to get placed on roads. You can like eventually find signs or like a city. But I was just trapped in this little office, and like absolutely miraculously there was a sign on the wall that just said Agra Fort, but Otherwise, I would just have never been able to figure out where I was, because it's just some like name. I mean, it could like see. I don't know what the Indian form of writing is. Hindi or something. I don't know if that's a like alphabet. I could see the writing and like probably interpret that that was Indian, of Indian origin, but I certainly would not have ever guessed that it was in this random fort in the middle of nowhere. Okay. Tokyo. Let's see. What do you need? We just lost a cargo ship, right? So we're just going to make another one. Kyoto is also going to make another cargo ship. Just going to be making cargo ships every turn. It would be nice if we could stop these barbarians from plundering our trade routes. Although I imagine maybe it was the barbarians. I almost pointed at the screen. It was probably hopefully the barbarians southwest of Kyoto, who have now been all summarily murdered, as far as I can tell. What are we waiting for here? So hopefully no more plundering. Otherwise, not too much going on in the world right now. I should say a lot of things going on in the world right now. Nothing particularly that I feel is necessary to talk about. The Chinese do have rocket artillery. I believe we noted that a while ago. Wu Zetian has completed the SS booster. You've already completed these things? You bastard. That is quite unfortunate. So there may be more wars in the future if we are going to stop the Chinese from winning an easy science victory. Completely unchallenged over here. Alas, Budapest election rigging failure. Bastards. Or Bucharest. What was it? Bucharest or Budapest? We have them in both. They are actually pretty low. We could try cooing all of these things, except for Hong Kong. We have to boost some of them up. Let's go over to Bucharest/Budapest. You are... Ooh, these guys are taking cash. Let's give them... Should we give them 1,000? Could give them 1,000. Just give them 1,000. Who cares? It's like 6 turns worth of revenue. Now, do we try cooing with Momochi? Do we take the 15% chance that he dies? We do. Yes. Okay. Of course, that leaves us no room for anywhere else. But we will make the money back in a couple turns' time. Just get out of here, Gatling gun. Why are you up here? Seriously. Okay. What are we looking at here? Another battleship. Oh, same battleship. Cargo ship. Just make us some more money, please. Actually, do we still have things going to Hong Kong? I'm gonna send this to Hong Kong just to make sure. How close are we with Vancouver? 193. All right. No need to worry about that. Tokyo, we will make not a broadcast tower. That's not going to do a lot for us at all. I guess a police station. What did I just click on? Where did I just click on? I have no idea. What did I just tell Kyoto to build? Zoo. Okay, that's all right. I saw this and I didn't see the faith thing next to it, and I just thought that we could like just start churning out great admirals. I was incredibly confused. All right, let's make another battleship. After that zoo, of course, costing us more money, but you got to do what you got to do. Cargo ship sent to Kyoto. Excellent. I want to do a video at some point of like all the books I've bought about Japan in the past 6 months. My desk is slowly, like, I'm having less and less room to like maneuver my mouse on the mouse pad because it's just overflowing with different books. Very few of which I've actually read. But it's a long and arduous process. The speakers for this computer, which are not actually mine technically, have nowhere to stand, so they're just kind of like lying on their sides. Negotiate passage from my territory. Give me a little more than 1 gold per turn. Alright, you're not going to do that. Fine, fine. That deal will work. Oh, yeah. Alright. Our position in the demographics has kind of stagnated, I guess. I feel like we're doing a little bit better before. But at this point, it doesn't particularly matter. Since all we need to do is get money to pay off these city-states. How's Greece doing? 36, we're at 18. Up from last time, that's progress. City connection broken, trade route plundered. Ugh! Capital Kyoto and Nara. Someone up here? Oh, there is someone up here. That's annoying. Let's take care of those guys. Goddamn barbarians. Okay. Where to now? Not giving Darius any money, so go to Ningbo. You can also head up this direction. We just need to try our best to stop barbarians from continuously plundering these trade routes. Gottlieb Daimler. Let's see. I am just going to put this guy down here somewhere. Where, I'm not exactly sure. The city doesn't have that much... Actually does have a surprising amount of food. How much food are we getting from this tile? Just 4. I'm going to replace it. Still be getting 2, right? This is grassland? Should be grassland. Yep. Okay. Much better. I think we're still just going to save Henry Ford up here. Try to rush something. I don't know what we're going to rush. Someone already built a Pentagon, I think. So maybe the Great Firewall. Which would be fantastic for negating that old tourism bonus. And the inevitable internet that Darius gets. Unless maybe China could get the internet first. Which would be interesting. Are we going to be able to pay anyone off before the vote? Do we have any friends? It'd be nice if we could clinch that $500 and then pay someone off. Unfortunately, I don't think we have any friends. Even India. Yeah, everyone's guarded. Bastards. We haven't been terribly good at making ourselves any friends this game. Which I guess is kind of Japan's thing. Other than the Dutch, who they were actually, all things considered, pretty good friends with in the early modern period. And I guess China. I don't think the Koreans ever particularly liked the Japanese. At least not like pre-modern. I have no idea about modern times. Okay. Just get rid of these damn barbarians as soon as possible. Absolutely necessary. Let's see. Police station. I think it would be nice to get police stations just to get the higher level spies. Which will help us out an incredible amount. Okay. Next turn. I think this is gonna... This turn... I think we're gonna end after this turn CPU... Ugh. Gonna try this again. I think we're gonna end the video after this CPU turn finishes. We've gone 10 years, which is a pretty good pace for this late in the game. And we're edging out on 30 minutes here. These turns are going, like, decently fast, all things considered. Like, usually at this point in the game when I'm playing, like, multiplayer with a friend or something, like, each turn... We basically go 10 minutes a turn. Because there's just so much you have to deal with. And all my friends are, like, incredibly slow at taking their turns in this game. And the combination of the... And then, of course, the AI takes forever. So the combination of those 3 things basically results in a 10-minute turn. Sometimes if there's a war or something, a little bit more than 10 minutes. Probably the longest Civ turn that I've ever, like, had to suffer through is probably upwards of 30 minutes. Although I'm almost certain that it, wasn't me that was causing that. It was like I was playing a team game or something, and one of my friends was just totally freaking out. Are we getting frame drops again? This always happens at the end of the video. It's like perfect timing. They just like... They know when I'm like 10 seconds away from finishing the video, and they start dropping frames. Like a big screw you. Come on. End the... Yeah, you got... Come on, Hans. What's going on here? Who do you think you are? Taking a long turn like this. So I'm gonna briefly end the video here, and then maybe cut back in just as soon as the AI are finished taking their turns. Alright, things will look a little better. Just hoping that the damn AI ends their turn. I can just close this video out nice and clean. Not in the middle of the AI turn. Barbarians, yes, finish your turn. Of course, this is also the turn for voting. So, and a great scientist. Good timing, actually. Research agreement complete. Who did we have that with? India? Pachakudi. Does he like us? No, he's guarded. Why is everyone guarded? What have we done? How am I? How am I the, like, big, like, scary, military menace in this game? Of all people. These people just have no sense. Alright. Thank you guys very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you next video. Bye-bye.